Brother Joel, every once in a while, someone will be quoting 1 John 3:16, and they're saying, "Hereby perceive we the love of God because He died for us."
Yeah.
The thought.
Sure.
But that's not really on track, is it?
No,
What's going on there?
God could die, right?
That's right.
He's immortal, which means deathless.
Yeah.
The word immortal means incapable of dying. The word mortal means appointed to death. 1 John 3:16 in the King James says God laid down His life for us. John 3:16 says God's Son laid down His life for us. Both can't be right, either the Son or God the Father. So at least the King James translators put the word God in italics to tip us off that they supplied that word. That's what our brethren need to know, that every word in the King James is in italics. Many don't know that. But if it's in italics, it was not in the original. The translators supplied that word. And 1 John 3:16 is a prime example that God laid down His life for us. God couldn't die. 10,000 atomic bombs couldn't kill God. Amen?
That's right.
But His Son died on the cross.
That's right.
So we have to read it with understanding. And God calls men and inspires them and helps them to rightly divide it.
Well, and I was thinking, as you were saying, it was actually good of the King James translators to give you that indication in italics,
Yes.
to let you know that in a literal word-for-word sense, that word's not there. They're supplying it. They think because it helps it to read better or a little smoother or whatever their reasoning might have been. And a big part of the time, it's not a problem.
It's helpful.
It's helpful.
It helps it flow along.
Sure, and it helps. It's a part of the good translation process. But sometimes when we're adding a word like God where the word isn't there,
Right.
then this is a problem. But at least they're alerting you that by italics that word was not in there. They're telling you that right on the front end.
Well, in Isaiah, there's a prime example where the verse says that the Messiah, or Christ, coming, would be the most mighty. But the word most is in italics. Jesus is mighty, but He's not the most mighty. That's His Father.
That's right.
He said, "My Father's
Greater than I." That's
so
right.
watch out for those words that are in italics and make sure they fit the meaning of the whole. And so the word God is in italics because they realize that they might have this wrong. So read the front of your King James Bible. Most King James Bibles tell you that any word that's in italics was not in the original. It was supplied by the translators because they thought that it added to the understanding of the meaning. But sometimes they got it wrong, and they obviously got it wrong there.
God doesn't die. Never has, never will.
Never will. Amen.
Then I've noticed some of our translations then, rather than bring in that, which is most evidently wrong, tell us then that the reading would be, "Hereby perceive we love."
Yes.
Or, "Here's the way we know love." Because
He, Jesus, laid down His
life for us.
God so loved the world. Calvary was a display of the Father's love. God so loved the world. Greatest display of His love. He gave His greatest treasure, His Son, to die for us. But
God wasn't doing the dying, was He?
No. If God can die, we're in a lot more trouble than we ever knew.
Well, this isn't so hard then. Well, and then comparing this verse with John 3:16, we get the whole picture.
Yes,
and get it right.
God's Son died.
Yeah.